We're going to wait to see if he does a post-fight interview. First round knockout for David Haye in his comeback fight. He hasn't fought in about 3.5 years. Good solid crowd at the O2 Arena. I don't know what the ticket prices were looking like. Mark De Mori didn't stand a chance. We're waiting to see if he does a post-fight interview. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. The issue with this is, all the way up until they stepped in the ring, I was thinking that David Haye was going to pull out. His career has took a big hit since the 2 pullouts against Tyson Fury and Manny Ochar. He just doesn't seem like a fighter who's serious about sticking around long term, or as far as the ultimate goal is to be an undisputed champion in a division. When you got Tyson Fury, who's the WBA and WBO champion as a heavyweight, he's saying he wants no parts of David Haye anymore. Before, he was saying that if there was money in escrow, money put aside, he would fight David Haye. But now he's saying he just doesn't want any part of David Haye, period. The WBC champion, Deontay Wilder, has his hands full. He's got to get past Povetkin and then Anthony Joshua in the future if you know, the stars align. So David Haye is just looking like we really don't know where he's going in the heavyweight division. Now, the good thing about this Mark De Mori fight is Mark De Mori was ranked by the WBA. So I'm thinking that David Haye is going to leapfrog Mark De Mori and jump into the WBA rankings. The WBA title is held by, of course, Tyson Fury, but then you have Luis Ortiz, who's the WBA interim champion. That would be a very interesting fight. David Haye, see, you know, I just don't know if to take the guy serious or not. He's fighting at the heaviest he's ever fought. He hasn't fought in 3.5 years. He's a guy who was saying that he was going to retire when he was 30 years old. And can you really believe that David Haye is going to fight again this year? Can you really, you know, see it? It's hard to believe that David Haye is going to stick around, you know, for one more or 2 more fights this year. Me personally, I believe David Haye should fight 3 times this year, but it's just not in his makeup. And if he fights again this year, who is he going to fight? Now, I guess, you know, he could fight somebody else in the WBA rankings. I mean, now that he finally got a comeback fight out of the way, now he can start, you know, moving on to being ranked even further, because he's saying that he wants to get a title. He's saying that he wants Deontay Wilder. He's saying that he wants Tyson Fury. He's saying that he wants Anthony Joshua. But in order to get these guys are either champions or on their way to championship fights. He needs to get himself ranked, and he needs to stay active, because to be honest with you, looking at the crowd in the O2 Arena they put in there, I'm surprised, looking at it right now, that he put that many people in those seats. You know, I mean, he is good for the heavyweight division in any way you look at it. But if this is a David Haye that I don't see fighting in 2017, you know, we just don't know what he's in it for. Let's listen to his post-fight interview.
It's been absolutely amazing. I'd like to thank each and every fan who's come out tonight. A lot of people, I assumed, would try and give up on me with my physical state the last few years, but the fact that everyone's come out and really supported me, and it's been a tough road. I'm finally back. I feel I'm better than I've ever been. I'm punching harder than ever. You know, De Mori, tough guy. And, you know, as soon as the power is there, I felt so cool and calm in there. I don't believe any heavyweight on the planet could take those punches.
Steady on, it's only night 1. What about the shoulder? Is it okay?
How did it look to you?
Look pretty useful.
It feels better than it was before. Genuinely, I'm punching harder now than I was before. I spent, you know, 2 years literally rehabbing this shoulder, building all the muscles around my rotator cuff. And I'm so strong now. I'm hitting harder than I've ever hit before. And I just believe this new and improved version of me will go on and win heavyweight championships.
What was it like to be back in the ring on fight night?
It felt so comfortable. It felt like home. It really felt. I walked out. I had no nerves whatsoever. I was looking for this is where I belong. This is where I need to live in this auditorium, in this environment. I need to live here.
Man, tell me who you're going to fight next.
You know, I'm going to share a big thanks to a very close friend of mine, Maz.
He's probably going to come out in the next couple of days and say he suffered an injury during this fight. I wouldn't be surprised.
O2 Arena really made this
We're going to talk about who's ranked by the WBA and who he possibly can or should fight next.
Put on a fantastic night of entertainment, and I really hope everybody enjoyed it.
Okay, enough of David Haye, the promoter, for the moment. Let's get back to David Haye, the fighter. Look again at your own work.
Let's see, I'm looking forward to this. Okay, there you go, the slip right hand. Once, yeah. It was just letting clusters of punches go. There you go, that shot was enough. He was gone there, but just a few other ones just to...
De Mori didn't stand a chance.
I can't see any heavyweight taking that type of abuse. Genuinely, who could take those shots for 10 rounds? I can't see it. I'm not an easy guy to hit also. So how would someone go about beating that? I can't see. I'm just looking forward to getting in there again. You know, this guy, try and get someone tougher, try and get someone maybe taller, someone a bit awkward. You know, I just want to keep on it. I want to be regular. I want to get back in the ring as soon as possible and just keep testing myself and work my up the rankings so I can get a title fight.
The new look, David Haye, with what better part of 17 pounds of extra weight coming into the ring tonight. Do you like that better? You were 15 stone against Chisora.
No niggles before this fight. Normally I'm boiling down, getting close to the, trying to get to as close to 15 stone as possible. But this time I was just literally eating constantly, and I feel great. Now, I'm not in a weight-governed sport. I'm a heavyweight. You know, I can come in as heavy as I want. So I'm not worried about what I look like in the mirror. I just was looking at performance in the gym, sparring, punching hard, endurance. That's all I focused on. Forget about aesthetics. You know, I'm not as ripped as I was 3 years ago, but I'm not injured, and that's that I can get into the ring in perfect condition, and that's what really matters.
And beyond your regime and so on, in the wider sense, David,
man,
the appetite.
I want to hear who he's going to fight. This is taking too long.
Right, what went wrong last time round? How big does that burn in you?
I've had a long time to think about it. There was times when I didn't believe I could get back in the ring, when there were doctors saying that your right hand's never going to be the same again. And I thought, if I could somehow get another opportunity to do it, I would do it differently. And that's exactly what I've done.
We're just going to pause, David, and we're going to go on to another microphone here. I've no idea about the technicalities of it, as you well know. But we understand this one. The audience here in the outer arena can join in the fun on Dave. And we'll continue with the interview. So to the point, ladies and gentlemen...
Who is he going to fight next?
For being back, number one. But you've probably spotted that already tonight. So he says he's pleased with his work. And he's feeling good. So to the future now. These British rivals who have sprung up in your absence. Tyson Fury first.
Tyson Fury was pretty vocal about never wanting to fight me, but he's got to go back out to Germany to fight Vladimir again, so I don't worry about him. He's a great young fighter.
Now wait, on Fury, you have unfinished business. He says you let him down very badly, twice. You're going to have to settle it somewhere at some point, surely. I said I'll work my way up the rankings. He said even if I do so, he'll relinquish the belt. So why bother? Why not go for the bigger, better fights? I think a fight between myself and Anthony Joshua would be way bigger than a fight between me and Tyson Fury. He's unbeaten. He's had his whole career in the time I've been out. I believe that fight can be made later on in the year. You know, if him and his team are interested. I'm in good shape. I'm punching hard. He's in fantastic shape. Punching hard. He's young. I'm a little bit older. I think it'll make for a great fight.
Would Eddie Hearn do it though?
What do you think of Joshua?
I think he's great. I think he's big, strong, athletic. He punches hard. Great amateur pedigree. He looks the part. You know, he ticks all the boxes. So that's the type of fights I want. That's what will get me up. That's what will get me excited. That's why I'm back in boxing. This is for the big fights. I need that. I'd like to thank every single person here who've come out to support me tonight. Truly, it means the world to me. This is what I love to do. Coming out here and fighting. This is since I was 10 years old. This means everything to me, sir. For each and every one of you, I love you and thank you very much.
What do you think of Tyson Fury as a fighter?
I think he's a good fighter. I think he's very good to go over there to Germany and do what he did.
Man, ask you about Deontay Wilder or Shannon Briggs or...
But it's just a shame he doesn't want to fight me, but I think we all know why he doesn't really want to do that. When he sees a punch power like that, you know, not many heavyweights are going to want to get involved in that type of a situation.
The new David Haye model with the extra weight, how would you...
He's asking the same fucking questions. Asking the same this damn Dave TV, whoever this damn channel is. Now, when it comes to the WBA, now that he's looking like he's going after the WBA, well, we saw what he said about Tyson Fury, and we talked about it earlier in the video. Who can he possibly fight? I would like to see him against maybe Alexander Ustinov, a Shannon Briggs, a Lucas Brown, and these are guys who are ranked by the WBA. Joseph Parker. Of course, he said Anthony Joshua, but Kubrat Pulev. But the thing about Anthony Joshua is pretty much the next in line for the WBC title after Alexander Povetkin. So sometime in the next 8 to 12 months or so, the WBC is going to order the winner of Deontay Wilder and Alexander Povetkin to fight Anthony Joshua. So maybe, you know, once Anthony Joshua gets his title shot, you know, and possibly wins the title, the David Haye fight would be a whole lot bigger. But it's a fight I would like to see regardless. I mean, if I can see Anthony Joshua versus David Haye at the end of this year, that would be crazy. But like I said, it's all about how serious David Haye is. He's saying that he wants to get back in the ring as soon as possible. I think he should fight again in April, you know, and then he'll have some time to bullshit around and then fight again in September, October, you know, November. He says, you know, in the past that he doesn't fight around the Christmas holidays or so. But I really want to see, look, this interviewer, like this guy, asked...
What does David Haye now want to achieve?
I want to unify the heavyweight division. You know, I set my plan out to do that many years ago, and I fell short. I tried to come back against Derek Chisora and then get a world title fight. Unfortunately, I was hampered with injury, but, you know, the new improved David, the Hayemaker isn't...
And he's good. David Haye is good.
He's not that guy anymore, and I'm going to make a serious run at this heavyweight division. The title's all over the place at the moment, so I definitely it would take some
Let's talk about it.
Clean it up, and I'm willing to do that.
As I think you are aware, there has been the suggestion that you are coming back because of the money. That you made a lot of money and a lot of it is gone. Is that true or not?
Ooh.
No, I'd fight for free. You know,
fuck out of here.
That's not what I asked you.
No. I'm fighting because if you look when I got out of the heavyweight division, it's after I beat Derek Chisora. I then unfortunately was hampered with injury. My desire is exactly what it was.
Yeah, that was a good question. He redeemed himself.
I was just unfortunately not able to get in the ring. I'm only now physically able to get in the ring and fight. So, but the ambitions
is the money gone?
It was when I was 10 years of age.
It was quick tonight, but with every respect, I think most of us know a little bit about
this is the longest post-fight interview.
One very easy job. Now you think about Ricky Hatton trying to come back, and he walked into what seemed completely the wrong fight, and he paid for that. So you've had your easy one. What would you like to do next?
Enjoy the victory.
Not too much. That's over. No more party, David. Okay.
Couple of weeks, and I'll be back. Look through the rankings, see who's available, see who's ready to come and fight. There's one thing me wanting to fight someone. There's another thing them accepting to come over here and fight me in this situation. You know, in the Lions Den, they don't want that. But we'll find someone. But I'm just happy to get this first hurdle out of the way. That was the most important one.
I mean, let's be honest.
It's going to be the hardest fight for me.
David Haye is interesting. He's an interesting fighter.
Was my timing going to be perfect? Was I going to be ring rust?
And he's good. He can give Deontay Wilder some problems. He can give Anthony Joshua some problems. He could give Tyson Fury some problems. He already fought Vladimir Klitschko, and we all know what happened with the toe situation. He could definitely beat Charles Martin and Zara Glazkov. So, you know, I mean, it's interesting, you know, and like he said, it's all going to be about what fighters want to fight him, because you got to put, you know, you got to put your money up for training camp and everything, and you don't know if he's going to pull out the fight or not. But anyway, I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe.